What's up, sports fans? I'm Roy Wood Jr. He's Michael Kosta. Sports is back, which means we are back. Kosta, are you amped to be talking sports again? I can't hear you, bro. You're on mute.
Yeah, I was saying that I'm excited.
Same here. Hockey's on its way back. Baseball's starting up again. Let's get it, man.
I can't wait. Those are my two favorite sports to ignore while I look at my phone. But the return that everyone's talking about, Roy, is the return of the NBA.
That's right. Coronavirus cut their season short right before the playoffs, but the NBA is back with a plan that's more complicated than trying to pronounce Giannis Antetokounmpo.
The NBA hopes to shield the rest of its season from COVID-19 by keeping players and staff inside an isolation bubble. The teams will live, practice, and play in Orlando without outside visitors or fans.
Players and staff from all 22 teams participating will be sequestered in a so-called bubble at the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex at the Walt Disney World Resort. League officials hoping that will keep teams safe.
The league lays out in great detail everything from how the players will work, play, relax, eat, as well as be monitored for COVID-19 when play resumes.
There's going to have to be consistent surveillance, on a daily basis to make sure that people who are negative for coronavirus.
It reminds me of sleepaway camp growing up, playing games, spending all your time together, your most trusted friends, shoving Q-tips up your nose while you sleep.
Wait, camp?
Yeah.
Because what I'm hearing is a bunch of mostly black dudes locked up under constant surveillance. This is basically prison with less defense. And whose idea was it to bubble up down in Florida with all the cases spiking down there? What was the second option? What, to have the season in the middle of a Trump rally?
Roy, it's fine. They're in a bubble. A bubble.
Yeah, and if they respected the bubble, it could work. But the problem is that players are already breaking the rules.
The NBA is not playing around when it comes to the bubble boundaries for players who are staying at the Walt Disney World campus in Orlando. Sacramento Kings forward Richaun Holmes says he accidentally crossed the campus line to pick up a food delivery. Well, now he's under a mandatory 10-day quarantine.
An unnamed NBA player contacted an Instagram model named Anna and invited her to the bubble.
Unbelievable. The NBA season could be at risk because selfish players want takeout and hot sex. So selfish. So hot.
It's incredibly hot, Roy. But breaking quarantine for outside food is just unnecessary. They've already got great food options in the bubble. Look at this delicious meal Denver Nuggets player Troy Daniels tweeted out. It's a cornucopia of culinary delights. Arugula, 2 bags of chips, watermelon, a roll in a giant plastic bag, a smaller thing of watermelon. Roy, that's at least 11 calories right there.
The point is, they haven't even started playing games, and the bubble is already falling apart. Kosta, this season is going to be like you having sex with an Instagram model. It's going to end prematurely.
Not so fast, Roy. That was in private, I told you that. But if you look at the numbers, it's actually pretty promising.
The NBA had 0 positive cases in its recent round of testing. The league testing close to 350 players living on the NBA campus at Disney World. All of the tests coming back negative.
Damn, I didn't know it was working. Yo, let me in that bubble, NBA. I gotta get in there. I'll do whatever it takes, NBA. I'll be a water boy. I'll be the kid that mops up the sweat underneath the basket. I'll be Anthony Davis's backup unibrow. Just whatever it takes. You got to let me in that bubble. You don't even have to pay me.
I don't blame you for wanting a piece of that bubble, Roy. Not only is it the safest place in America right now, but based on the videos players have been sending out on social media, it looks like they're having a pretty good time in there.
Chris Paul is like everyone else embracing the outdoor life at Disney World. This is a fish CP3 caught Monday before practice.
Meanwhile, the Dallas Mavericks, they were doing a socially distant dance party on their balconies.
Myers Leonard getting in on the latest challenge. Leonard chugging beer for the second week in a row. This has got to be less than a second for this shotgun.
See, NBA players are just like us, shotgunning beers alone.
And he was fast, too. He made that beard disappear like a Q-tip up your nose at sleepaway camp. Yo, Kosta, I'm sold. I want in on the fun and the bubble. We got to figure out a way inside.
I'm way ahead of you, Roy. I'm already turning myself into an Instagram model so I can seduce the players. All I got to do is post this pic. What do you think about that bubble, Roy? I'm going to DM the NBA, and I've been kicked off of Instagram.
It was worth a shot.